Yeah, good evening. I'm your host, DonArmando, and this is Open Topics with DonArmando, the Foggy Edition. Well, I was on my friend's Ramon's live last night. So we just got to talking about conspiracy theories. So I'm actually waiting for guests to actually come through. So if guests want to come through, talk about conspiracy theories or whatsoever, maybe there's some theories that I never heard of. Maybe there's some that are true. Maybe some of the people who actually don't show their face on YouTubes are just agitators to make you broke. But as far as conspiracy theories are, let's see how true they are. So I'm actually waiting for somebody to come through. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, bet.
Yeah,
What's the topic
me.
today?
Um, conspiracy theory. The general stuff that we hear.
Okay, bet. So, general discussion.
All right, because I was on my friend Ramon's stream last night. We were talking about, the Biggie and Tupac, and then, all the other conspiracy theories. So, what's your take on this?
Like a Biggie versus Tupac thing.
No, we're just talking about conspiracy theories in general. Are they real, or is there some truth to it, or or something else? Because there's a lot of people who are actually talking about conspiracy theories, regarding the unalivement of the Cash App CEO, and
Yeah.
then there's a lot of how should I say mysterious deaths um to all these cryptocurrency
hmm
millionaires. What's your thoughts on that?
Damn. And then when it comes to most of these conspiracy theories, like even for the 9/11 claim, I heard there was like some serious facts that was done by Jesse Ventura. I think that's his name. I think he was the governor of Minnesota at the time, and he went on television years ago exposing this. You can even look it up on YouTube. But like things like with Bitcoin stuff, like it wouldn't surprise me. But my question is like, what would be the purpose? Is it because these people will be getting too much money, you know? And this is a thing that's backed by the government. So those would be my questions for conspiracies like that, because there has been a lot of deaths behind the Bitcoin thing, and it would
Yeah,
make sense because nobody wants to claim it that they were the founder of it for some odd reason. I
it's
mean,
like it's like talking about these cryptocurrencies founders and these internet millionaires.
you know,
A lot of people and a friend of mine's shout out to Denise, by the way. She says that the elites, they don't want everybody to have their money, so therefore the elites are getting ruthless on certain people, and certain people are being unalived.
mm,
And then we're talking about, well, as far as conspiracy theories, everybody's saying that what had happened to Jamie Foxx
yeah,
might
Diddy
have been on purpose
for
because
Diddy, right?
he saw something that of Diddy doing rainbow actions.
A lot of people have come forward doing it. Like, did you see that one video that went viral on TikTok? I was actually laughing so hard at this, but it's funny, but it's not funny. It was Meek Mill in P Diddy's little pool. I don't know if you've seen this. And P Diddy was like, "Hey man, you what's good? How you liking it over here?" And then Meek Mill was like, "Oh man, it's pretty nice." But why was it that Meek Mill? This is gonna sound really gay, but why was the way in the video when I seen it, it was like Meek Mill, his buttocks was like standing up in the pool, like he looked so uncomfortable in that pool, like he had done something sexually with Diddy or something like that, some gay baddie boy shit. So it really makes me laugh sometimes, but then it's like, damn, this is kind of scary, like the levels and the evils of how deep the industry is, and how wicked our governments are or society is. The higher you go up to be recognized.
Yeah, I mean, if you actually look at it, I guess this is not maybe the first time that Meek Mill has been in questionable things. Like, for example, I guess Meek Mills was like in one of his millionaire's friend's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you know, they actually have him on camera hopping like a bunny.
What?
Yeah, this was like maybe a year or something after he got out of jail.
Yeah, that's sus.
So my thing is that Meek Mill, certain people are saying that he might be going broke, but the only reason how he's making money, because you're not really hearing a lot of music from Meek Mills, is that some of the people are saying that he's going broke trying to keep up with the rich folk,
Yeah.
or you have certain people. Now, I'm just saying, and this is alleged,
Yeah.
but news reports have, have said that um Meek Mills is a bus court.
Mm,
Now,
mm.
for anybody who don't know what a bus court a bus court uh, is a man who has his services for other men. So
Mm.
that's what a bus court is.
That's fucking insane. But weren't there pictures that went viral regarding them too as well?
I don't know because
Even
like
there's
this.
there's one I've been seeing of Mike Tyson that went viral with him laying up with Diddy.
Wow. Well, good evening, Don Jose.
Good
What's up, Don Jose?
evening, DonArmando. Good evening, Lucas. How's everyone tonight? I'm fine,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, we're good tonight. Tonight we're just talking about of all the things conspiracy theories because last night on Ramon's page, I mean on Ramon's channel, we actually had like a good conversation regarding conspiracy theories. So that's why I actually have my stream today called the Foggy Edition.
Mm.
Um, we're just talking about the artist Meek Mills as as part of what people are saying as a conspiracy theory, and then we might just touch on a lot of other stuff, which are conspiracy theories, which are facts, which are fiction, and what is these theories are coming into place as far as the youth and our society. So that's what we're talking about today as far as the Foggy edition. So what's your thoughts about it,
Yeah,
Don Jose?
that sounds interesting. To be perfectly honest, I have never given a great deal of thought regarding conspiracy theories. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just that I tend to think of things that are more concrete.
All right. I mean, I started maybe dabbing into conspiracy theories when I guess it started regarding the passing of Whitney Houston, and then years later the passing of her daughter, Bobby Christina. So certain people, this ain't always
Hmm.
concrete that that is that both mother and daughter passed away in the same state. So I could actually say that it's crazy. I mean to me because a mother and a daughter passing away the same way, and they were both in the public eye. I mean,
Do
it's
we know how they? Do we know how they passed? How they died?
yes. Whitney passed because I guess she was using drugs. They found drugs in her system when she passed away, when she drowned in the tub. Then with Bobby Christina, even though she passed away from a heart attack the same way, they actually found drugs in her system also. So
Hmm.
that's why I could say that that's why a lot of people, well, I guess who are conspiracy theorists, are saying that it's
Well, I mean, this, it could, it could be just a coincidence. But then again, do we really know all the details?
yeah, we don't, right? So
No.
we're just going with what the media says because I don't know about everybody else, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not a medical expert.
Mm.
Hmm.
I mean, I have medical experts in my family, but me myself, I'm not a medical expert. So if I talk to the medical experts in my family, maybe then they could talk about what these different chemicals in these narcotics do to people. Because where I'm at right is actually the hotbed and of all these narcotics. And with these narcotics, the main one being fentanyl, is getting a lot of people unalived. And they are saying that we're like in the area, the Philadelphia area, that a lot of people are using
Hmm.
heroin and the horse tranquilizer mixed with fentanyl. So as you know, everybody has been talking about the open air drug market in Philadelphia. And I was talking to a former coworker about it, and he was like, "They're not doing anything about what's going on in that certain section, which is called the open air drug market." So therefore, it's like cops that actually protect the fiends. Now, with that said, there's another conspiracy theory that goes behind that. And I'm about to say this. Now, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not. So therefore, I'm going to use the word alleged. Alleged, as you know, China and Mexico, I guess they do trade or whatever. So alleged fentanyl is made by those criminal groups in Mexico and then transferred over the border. But what certain people have said is that the reason why fentanyl is so prevalent in the United States is because of the border between USA and Mexico, and then they say that the end goal is actually for the Chinese government to weaken the resolve of the United States through that drug. So therefore, that's another conspiracy theory that people have been throwing out for maybe for the last few years. What are your thoughts about that, Lucas and Jose?
I was texting somebody regarding my job. Damn, I hate to ask you to repeat yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You sum it up.
yeah, yeah. We were saying that China and with Mexico, with the fentanyl crisis, I guess, which is in the United States now.
Yes,
A lot of
yes.
a lot of people have said that that fentanyl is actually just China's weapon to get at the United States, other than other
I've
than
been I've been hearing these same claims since last year because, bro, I don't know if I told you this, but I lived in Arizona a couple years ago for a short amount of time,
right.
and bro, the fentanyl. I mean, I know it's crazy everywhere, but it was so bad over there. Like, I would see people on the ground everywhere I was going. At every gas station, they'll be doing it behind closed doors. Even up here in Minnesota, but I started to question myself. I'm like, where's this really coming from? And I heard it was like potentially China, but I mean, like as you said, like I really wouldn't doubt that China has a role to play into this because, of course, for some years now they've been trying to threaten us, our country. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. I just don't know where would Mexico come into this unless Mexico and China are trying to form an alliance together against the USA.
I mean, if you actually look at it, China has like trade ordinances with a lot of Latin America.
Yeah.
I mean, what that's what I guess Donald Trump was trying to stop because before anything, they were saying that China had like 5G technology before the United States. So therefore, all this stuff between Latin America and everything like that, Donald Trump was trying to prevent because that will mean that Latin America will have 5G technology before the United States.
Yeah.
And now, since regarding the Dominican Republic, if when a lot of people were talking about, people were passing away in all these resorts and everything like that, and they were trying to give bad press to the Dominican Republic. What a lot of people don't know is that certain people were trying to give bad press to the Dominican Republic just because that the Dominican Republic went up and opened an embassy in China. So certain Western powers, I guess, didn't like that. But then there's a flip side to that. Because, okay, you know, like in Western nations, that they have strict controls on what electronics or whatever comes in within the nation, right?
Yeah.
But like, say when it's um, Latin American countries that have a third world economy,
Yeah.
they don't have those stringent controls when it comes to electronics. And that's what a friend who's on Puerto Rican, she was telling me this on TikTok. So therefore, she was saying that since a lot of these electronics is not being checked or anything like that, they'll put a harm into a lot of people who might have exploding phones or faulty wiring and everything like that. Because within certain Hispanic countries, they're when people get electronics from Europe or Asia, they're not as restringent as the United States. As other products also. Yeah. Those are nice birds, Lucas.
Oh, you can hear it, huh?
Yeah.
He got good ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, even when it comes to the Dominican Republic, I was always trying to figure out why is because whenever the United States warns about a particular place consistently, there's always something underneath it. I noticed,
Yeah, of course.
and we can look at different types of examples for that. But and so I started to question. I'm like, okay, there's so much social media going on especially TikTok. But it's really interesting when it comes to the Dominicans and saying, oh, they don't like darker skinned people. But this is so interesting because doesn't China run TikTok? Isn't it owned by them?
Yeah, okay. Apparently it is, but then what happened is that I don't know. I think I'm just paraphrasing this. I know that most businesses within China, which is Chinese owned,
Yeah.
are actually state owned in China. So that means that even though a person could say, "Oh yeah, they're a billionaire" or anything like that, the
Yeah.
government still owns that business.
Mm.
So yeah, because when Deng Xiaoping went up and he had like the free market economy in China, right? That's
Yeah.
what made China into the financial behemoth as it is.
Mm.
Free trade or whatsoever, right?
Mm.
So what happened is that everybody they'll be like, okay, yeah, China is economic and stuff. But what people don't understand is that you're all just doing business in China. China has a lot of stuff which is not beneficial towards the Western world if you live by there. This is what I'm just saying because I do watch YouTube videos. There's a South African guy by the name of Serpentza and another guy by the name of Lao Y that went up and they lived in China for at least 10 years or so. So therefore, they were telling people, okay, this is what happened, what you think might be happening, and then what the government is just going to tell you. But we know the truth because we lived there for 10 years.
Wow.
Like, for example, Lao and Serpent's Eye, when they did a video together, they actually said one of the rules in China is like, whenever you visit China, you have to go and let the Chinese government know that you actually staying in the hotel. So therefore, they could see how many foreigners they have in these hotels or into whatsoever in China. So that's a rule in China. That's what they say. But then certain people they just don't abide by it. But that's the rule that every foreigner, when you enter China, you have to abide. The second part is that you could be walking or anything like that, but 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have these ninjas that are gonna follow you, even though you're a Western. So that's why they say in certain countries they'll have certain people following you just so maybe they won't find a government secret or whatsoever. So therefore, that's why they say that certain countries that are authoritarian are actually weird. If you're just used to living in a free society,
Mm.
yeah, man, yo, Lucas,
Mhm.
I gotta visit you one of these days because those birds sounds nice.
Yeah, it's really nice out here, bro. Like it just got good out here in terms of the weather.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I was speaking of this topic. I was watching this video. It's kind of in Spanish a little bit. Maybe I'll send it later when we're done with this broadcast. But whatnot. It was on TikTok, and it was talking about. It was basically like the Mexican government today was trying to form some alliance with China, and then I'm like, okay, well, this whole fentanyl thing going on, they must. It's like they must like manufacture it, besides China, but they must manufacture or bring it in through Mexico, because how is it that how else would it come through? But the thing is like if it was coming in any other area, like you would think that like the people within the United States are can easily find it. Is this a hard drug to find or what? That's my main concern. To be able to scan like how they do other things or whatnot. Like so that's one of
Um,
my big concerns.
I mean, one of the things which is funny, right? And I'm gonna tell you, how it is. Before anybody was hearing about fentanyl was a thing, everybody, like in New York, like I left New York at the end of 2016 to go to Philadelphia, right?
Hmm.
This drug was prevalent as far as 125th Street in Harlem, which is
Hmm.
called crap. At first, there was with the K2. So everybody at first, I remember it was like around 2011. I was with a guy of the red. I was working with the guy from the Red Organization.
Hmm.
So this guy from the Red Organization, he from Harlem. He's just a fly dude or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but he was a fly dude. You know what I'm saying? That he was actually with the latest trends or whatever. So
Hmm.
therefore, it's like two Caribbean cousins that I was working with. At the time, I was single, so therefore they were thick.
Mm.
Anyway, the fly Harlem dude, he went up and got with one of the thick Caribbean females. I tried to get with the other one, but I don't know, it never materialized.
Mm.
So, but one day it was like me and these two Caribbean females. We was talking, and there was like, I bet this new thing now, which is better than we, which is called K2. And then I was like, how is this better? It was like it won't show up on drug tests. I was like, oh, okay, but I never tried it.
Mm.
Fast forward to 2016, everybody was getting heart attacks, strung out. They were smoking the K2 and everything like that. From where 125th Street, 125th Street, you got the hood parts. You see everybody at the $1 pizza shop up in Harlem, Lexington, by the way. 2016. Everybody was just there. Nobody was working. Nobody was doing anything. Just smoking K2. Now, when I came to Philly at the end of 2016, via early 2017, everybody was smoking K2. You
I
know,
remember this phase.
you had everybody else, they did the harder drugs. I didn't talk to them. But everybody was focused on the K2. I'm talking about from 2017 to 2018, just from what I've seen. It might have been earlier. I was thinking that, okay, yeah, I'm getting out of New York because a lot of people are K2 head. Coming to Philly, everybody's still on that K2 wave. So when it came like around 2018, that's when everybody was talking about this new fentanyl thing. And then I saw a documentary like within the how everybody got hooked because these pharmaceuticals, I guess, since they had morphine for people that had pain or whatever, but then certain people they couldn't afford it. So therefore, you had certain makers that went up and they had fentanyl, but then when they couldn't do it, they had to go to the street level and become drug addicts. And there was a documentary on YouTube about it. Now, now they were talking about how this how fentanyl was like the potent form of an opiate, and how people are being unalived at an alarming rate. It's getting to the point. It's getting to the point that like from 20, like maybe at the end of 2017, 2018, when I start hearing about it. From now, I could actually say that I have lost and have heard people that have lost their lives into this opioid epidemic.
Mm.
Talking about opioid, they ain't talking about um heroin, they ain't not talking about opium, and they're not even talking about morphine. They're talking about one thing. They're talking about fentanyl. And then sometimes it'll be the people that you might even least expect. A person might be a person might not even be a opioid addict. Somebody
Mm.
might just put something into their weed, and then the next thing you know, I'm seeing RIP all of a sudden. They was like, "What happened?" They was like, "Yo, this guy. They found this stuff in the system."
What's up? How y'all doing, everybody? I just came in. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
What's
we're
up, man?
talking about
Hello?
oh, this is the Foggy edition. The conspiracy theory edition. So that's what we're talking about. So just to get you ahead of the topic, Zacharias, we were talking about
I
how.
can't hear what you're saying, DonArmando.
All right, I was saying that just to get you off ahead of the topic, we were talking about fentanyl and how it came to the United States, etc. So what's your thoughts about that, Zacharias?
I can't hear what you're saying because you're breaking up.
Ah, crap. You hear me now?
No, you're talking, but you're breaking up. It's echoing.
Dang. Let me check.
Yeah, StreamYard needs to upgrade their stuff because I know some of us use high spots and all other stuff, and they should know better. Talking about the people, but like I told you, I be thinking that it's the people doing it behind closed doors, like these folks at StreamYard.
Right. All right. So do you hear me now?
I can hear you a little bit. So what you were saying?
We were talking about fentanyl and why and
Oh,
how it came to
fentanyl.
the US and how it came to the US easily. What's your thoughts about that, Zacharias?
I can't hear what you're saying, brother.
Dang.
Hold on. The audio. Okay. Echo cancellation. Okay. Cause I'm on my laptop, I'm not on my phone.
Oh yeah, I'm on my phone, so
That's what it is. Cause I'm
yeah.
on.
I mean, sometimes my laptop will be acting sketchy too. But since I have like a new well, since I have like a new phone and everything like that, I'm always thinking that it was supposed to be better. But let me check. Uh, all
You
right,
see the
so do you
back chat?
now?
Oh, somebody upset.
Wow.
Somebody's upset though.
Yeah.
We can't mention the person's name, but they female friend that
Mhm.
was supposed to be my friend. Remember, some us know about the situation.
Right.
They upset that I exposed who doxed them. No, the person that I can't mention is linked up with that female with a British accent. Remember all that drama was going on. You know about what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna mention all detail that, but they put a witch picture of that female person. That's not her look. That person that you know you probably aware about does not look like that white passing Paris Jack mixed chick from England who's a witch. That's the same person. That's who put out these information. And so she wanna know why I brought her name up in this. Well, I saw her in the comment section when somebody was doing some things to me. So, but when I was researching persons I get legal help about somebody because they about to go down. Okay, they're trying to take me down, but I have evidence and I screen it. Whoever's faking and lying, they can be exposed. So what happened is while I'm doing research on this person on their other account, they are friends with this British mixed chick who do not look like Paris Jackson, but her eye covered. She has big lips and marks on her face and curly hair. So when I reveal who that person is who put her information out there on Twitter, the friend of that person is saying, I'm jealous of Diana. I am not jealous of Diana's hair. I'm looking at everything this person said. That I'm jealous of her hair. I'm laughing. The reason why I brought Diana Jackson's name up is because the person, their friend, keep mentioning, and I saw them commenting on it, right? But when I was researching their other account, they should not have the same similar name on their other account, and they friends with this light skinned mixed chick from England who do not look like a white woman, but that's her other ego. Okay, she has a British accent. She's in the Golden Spear. She was doxing her information out. She showed it. She showed the doxing her information out. But they friends with that person. So I told Diana in my podcast to watch out who you're hanging with because just like they did me, can't mention their name, they're hanging with friends who the same doggone thing. Didn't mention any names. It's freedom of speech. And the officer involved in the false allegation of me, I did FBI on them too. Remember, police can get in trouble too. Down there in the west side of the state, there's desert. Where the Super Bowl was located this year, where Rihanna was performing. Yep. And I told a boss. Shout out to Mira Gallegos. Police is kind of it's not tolerated when you report it, and the FBI has that information too. But yeah, so I had to mention that so because she's still on her community tab, talking about why I'm dragging. Yeah, she was commenting, like laughing, like agreeing with things that he was saying, not like talking best about me. But when I was researching that person's other account, why I'm seeing her information on their friend's account, the female friend with the English accent, okay, and oh, she got rid of her post. She got rid of her post. The English accent British girl with marks on her face and big Negro features and lips. Do not look like a white passing mixed chick. Okay, yeah. Well, she got rid of her post. So I think that Miss D from Texas needs to stop hanging with people because that's what that person's linked up to. And I put two together when they put the information, put making stuff about me back in January, and I get on my Facebook and someone puts a secret message talking about this person's a witch, talking about the mix, her alter ego, the white passing mixed chick from England who have a Jamaican father, okay, and a white mama. Well, that's that same person with freckle faces and her name, but as part of her name with different big Negro features, like a dang on white girl. Yeah, that's who that person is, in my opinion, because their actions are chick, okay, back in November or back in 2021 on the 19th. Was not mixed, and I was dark skinned. So when I did a podcast about her, I guess she got offended and linked up with somebody here in the States. It's funny gonna tell somebody in the States that person tells hybrid bigger to stay out of American business, but you got this UK woman here in American business.
Wow.
And shout out to Hybrid Bigger. I'm on his side against Mulatto Vanguard. The person in the sorry, go ahead. I apologize.
If I can tell you,
go ahead, sir.
okay, I just want to make sure that I wasn't interrupting you. That's all.
All right.
Now, when it comes to the issue between Hybrid Vigor and Mulatto Vanguard, be perfectly honest, I don't care for either one of these two individuals. I have my issues, but you know the fact that those two have parted and went their separate ways, that speaks, in my estimation, that speaks volume. Okay. Or putting aside what personal things that may happen regarding either gentleman. Um, when you have an individual that very few people um, like, uh, that speaks a lot. That speaks a lot. Now, I'm not going to say, you know, hybrid's correct or Mullah Vanguard's correct because that to me, that's an issue between the two of them. So they need to try to hash it out if they choose to hash it out. But there are quite a few people who are not happy with Hybrid Vigor conducts himself. Okay, again, everyone has a right to conduct themselves as they see fit.
I mean, if you actually look at it, right? And I only had like maybe an interaction with Hybrid Vigor. And when I was on Discord, I was talking to Mulatto Vanguard. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. Mulatto Vanguard went up and blocked me. Remind you, I never offended this man or anything like that. But then the next thing you know, they blocked me. So, just case in point, I went up and I removed myself from another Discord channel because there was another person that who I'm not going to mention their name, but Zacharias know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
He actually had the goal to come to my he actually had the call to come to the channel or whatsoever the case may be. So before I go and anything like that, before these guys want to know anything more about me, I just left the channel. Because at the end of the day, I don't mean this individual. I went on his stream, and then the next thing you know, they were talking bad about me using the name Duke. And after a while, I was like, you know what? And this was like at the beginning of the year. So I just went up and I just got myself out that situation. So I went through all that junk last year. This year, I'm not doing it again. And ever since I've trying to do my own stuff, I've been focused a lot of good and positive things has been happening to me. So therefore, that's all I got to say.
Oh, I didn't hear about now I hear y'all better because I don't know what's wrong with the Wi-Fi. So what was Jose what Negron saying, Mr. Negron was saying? I tried to hear you more, Mondo, but I didn't hear everything he was saying because something wrong with the stream. Well, go ahead.
Okay, do you want DonArmando to speak or for me to speak? Zacharias.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you
I
can
can't.
speak, Zacharias.
Yeah, I want him to speak because I didn't
Okay,
hear everything because my audio was messing up.
okay, okay. What I was saying is that as far as what's going on between Malala Vanguard and Hybrid Vicar, to me, that's between the two of them. And they have to hash it out among those two if they wish to do so. I do know for a fact that I have had issues with both individuals, okay, for reasons which I prefer not to get into. And in fact, other people have had issues with hybrid vigor, mainly from the mixed community for multiple reasons. So the fact that these two have gone their separate ways, considering that until recently they were like, okay, now this is probably up before some people's time, like Tom and Jerry, or like peanut butter and jelly. Okay, I mean, they went from very close allies to basically now enemies. Um, that's odd. But like I said before, that's an issue between those two.
I didn't. I forgot about that. I wasn't. I brought them up because somebody we all know can't mention names since they got me on contract. But I got them a cease letter to their addresses in Arizona to not mention my name. Period. And they continue still to do so. Even made fun of my mother on Mother's Day. Yeah. And my mother's no longer here. We didn't get along. That's not their business. But hybrid is dealing with that person too. Okay, so that's why I mentioned that it wasn't towards you. No, I this no, this thing I'm saying. In hybrid, if he listen, I'm not trying to bash him. He cool. I do disagree how he treated you and Lashit. Okay, but on this situation, like I was trying to kind of be friends with Gigi after me and JT got into it, and I try to be peaceful. I didn't want to argue. I just came out of confession. I was gonna go to church the next day. I'm not trying to curse that after come out of confession, you're not both Catholic, you know what I'm saying? So I was like trying to keep myself clean for the communion. I had to leave, you know what I'm saying? Because JT, but when JT, that situation, and I talked to her on text message, like I told her if
Now,
oh,
Zacharias,
oh
would you permit me? Okay,
hmm?
Zacharias, will you permit me one question directed towards you?
Yes,
What is the issue, if any, between you and Gigi, if may I ask?
because we're working together on the case that we're dealing with, and when JT came on there bashing my mix identity and heritage and saying I was not mixed, and it was just after I came out of confession, like hours later, and I'm not trying to. I've been started going back to church. You know what I'm saying? And I missed yesterday because it was raining yesterday, but um, you know, and so that was the issue there and just trash talk me and say I was not multiracial and all this other crap. So I don't hang with people who do not respect my market identity. I started hanging back with her because we all quote victims like Hybrid, myself, her, Lionel Vanguard. Who else is in an anger vibration? We don't get along anymore. Once he disrespect Martin King, I'm not friends with you. You know what I'm saying? On TikTok, I got him on that. Anyway, but point we all victims of one particular individual who YouTube has allowed to break rules. So we need to band together and win our cases because they out here making false police reports on us. And we are telling laws in our local area and we're telling the FBI on what they slow behind not doing. So that's why. But when she started letting JT come there and argue and start drama with me that Saturday night, when I did not come there to start drama with him, and I had to defend myself, and she kept cutting me off. I don't play that mess. One thing she like to play that I like to. I don't like nobody correcting me. Because people when unjust behavior correct me, I don't like them correcting me. I only want God to correct me, and she know that. I quoted Proverbs 9:7-9 to her a couple of times. I prefer the Lord to correct me because Lord is perfect, man is not. So when she did that unjust behavior towards me, I just got off and I text her back like, and she tried to deflect and gaslight in the text message, and I blocked her. I didn't block her on my email, but I blocked her on my. I don't want her talking to me. After we had a conversation and we had no problems, but we talking amongst each other about what's going on. I'm relating to her what's going on, letting her know what's going on in the case between what we dealing with. You know who we're talking about, and she's sitting here gonna deceive me like that and let JT come ham on me when I'm not trying to have no problem with JT or y'all when they not Measy or Brownsburg, whatever name. I'm not trying to have a problem with that. She likes drama. I don't like drama like that. I like to finish drama, but I don't like drama. Like right now with this person here, I'm trying to finish it because this year has been scheming financial hell dealing with this person that needs to be penalized. As I said, like I said, I got that cop in trouble too. I told they boss on him. I sure did. Because I already emailed the cop in his vicinity. I already know I before he went to the police department and lied. So she gonna look at the lady down there in Phoenix gonna looking like, oh, he did email me about this person, and oh well, I'm gonna have to penalize. Okay, so because what he's doing is sending out reports and protection orders saying that we are violating him and we harassing him. We call him out social media because the law's not doing nothing. They not. The local laws. That's why I laugh about them losing their doggone position of power and then leaving the police department. They need to because they're not here to protect them, sir. They want to be unjust and hurt people and abuse their power. And I hear about that. God forgive, hear about them committing suicide. The bad ones, God forgive, they deserve to take their life. They deserve to take their life. If they'll come here and hurt people, be racist, kill people, murder. When you say no, for real, this is a big case. And I was sharing with DonArmando in Texas, a family in
I mean, if you actually look at it, right, the person that
I can't hear what you're saying.
I was saying, the person that you and I are speaking of, right? I'm just letting you know something. Prior to this guy contacting me, all right. Prior to this guy contacting me, he contacted me, and I didn't know who he was. Oh, just
let
one
me go on
second.
my phone. I'm gonna mute myself on my computer. I'm gonna put my phone. I'm gonna stay on my phone and see what you're saying, because I know on this thing here, the string y'all don't work good with the hotspot for some stupid reason. I don't know what it is that they don't try to make it convenient for people, because you know what I'm saying, who got the different way to listen in it. But let me stay on here and I'm gonna go on my phone listening to you, what you gotta say, and respond. I got headsets. Hold on just a moment.
All right, so do you hear me better now?
Okay, I'm about to get my headphones. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as I was saying, right?
Now you're breaking up again.
Do you hear me better now?
A little bit.
All right, let me just check something.
Yeah, this they doing this on purpose. I'm sorry, I don't trust the people at StreamYard. They have certain individuals that do that too. I was trying to come on your panel last week, and my internet was acting up. I had to contact the phone company and tell them, "Hey, what's wrong with my internet?" I was trying to come on that panel last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying that it's a family. I was just using an example. There's a family in Texas, and you know the family are. I don't want to mention their name. They're involved in sexual. They pay politicians to hush people up. I'll go ahead and say Ted Cruz involved, and Republican Democrat are both involved. You got corrupt people who are doing these crimes to people, and law enforcement don't want to interact, but they want to put innocent people or hurt people, kill people. Nah, defund police. I'm sorry. Police, when they act right, it's like any paycheck. If you work at a job and you're not acting right on your job, they'll defund you, they fire you, or they penalize you. Well, I'm the same way. They're not special because they have a badge. They're not God. So the fun on time for funding the police when they do right, but they want to have a blue code, have Masonic, all that other demonic stuff that goes above right and wrong. The fund got a paycheck, got work. Don't come to work. No, look, I ain't sheriff because I fire everybody that's bad. I got to even the person Bobbing where she no longer here. She was a bad authority, so my dad was too. You can't. It's like you can't put a one being I got to spend yours. And yes, I do pray they have replaced people of good authority and not had the bad ones. Because that's what's even this case right now with this person. We have a bunch of selfish, unethical, bad authority figures who need to be fired, who need to be also charged for letting a criminal continue to commit crime against us. They know what he's doing. If I did this, I've been canceled. You done this, everybody else. So who's so special about this person? You know what I'm saying? And he ain't 100% Caucasian. That's one thing I'm shocked.
All right, all right. Let me check.
Go ahead.
All right. One thing that I'm saying, right, is that with this person and everything like that, that we have that mutual problem with Zacharias. How come? This is November, right? I posted my video, and I don't even know who this dude is. How this guy 100%, and not just, and this is when I just started. Ah, crap. Do you hear me now? Dang. Somebody's mad.
DonArmando, I don't mean to cut in, but you may have to refresh. You need to refresh the server. Because that's a problem I've been having as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell him.
But now, when it comes, this is my position regarding you. I mean, Zacharias, you define who you are. Okay, so in your estimation, if you're mixed, you're mixed, and with all due respect, as long as you know who you are, does it really matter what other people think you claim to be when you or claim not to be? I mean, I think it's a fair question. And I'm not trying to be cute or anything like that.
All right. Do you hear me now? Maybe he's having
I can hear
trouble.
you. I don't know about.
All right. Nah, but because this is what I'm saying. If you really look at it, and I've been through the same crap. What I was saying is that the individual that me and Zacharias have a problem with, right? This guy has went up and hit me up saying, "Oh, that I was what is that joint called? Clickbaiting on my videos." Now, remind you, I didn't know who this guy was, so I blocked him. So I went to another person's
Okay.
All right. So I went to another. All right. I went to another person's panel. We are just talking and everything like that because we were talking about the aftermath of when people were trying to say who I really was, which I could actually say the whole stream was late and very stupid. because you saw the stupidity of people who are trying to challenge me, and they thought that they knew everything when the fact is they don't. Especially that coon from Europe, which I'm not going to go around and name because he's a coon. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me and this guy, we were talking. We was actually having a nice conversation. I didn't go and offend anybody or anything like that. Now, the next day, they're calling me. It was like, "Oh yeah, you're a fake. You're a
Mm-hmm.
duke, and all this stuff." And the people had to go around and check. I'm like, "Yo, this guy's cool. He's not going around trying to start a beef or anything like that. But if a person's gonna go try to start something, I'm gonna finish it." So after a while, and I seen like that other dude trying to say, "Oh, this guy hangs with Zacharias and everything like that." Went up and made a whole video talking about how he thinks that I'm a piece of crap or whatever just because I hang with Zacharias and whatsoever. So I was like, you know what? I will go and get ignorant and everything like that. But I was like, you know what? Let them have it. So I blocked both of them. Now, I blocked them like around January, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
I posted a picture in March of me and my wife, celebrating our ninth anniversary of us being together. So, like, maybe within 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
before I went to the Dominican Republic, this guy went up and made a whole nother account saying, "Oh, he's going to make a report about me." I'm like, already knew what it meant. Blocked him. So, my thing is this. What is this person's ultimate goal on threatening me from November till now? When the fact is, I don't even know that he exists. Can anybody explain that to me?
You know what, DonArmando, there's some things that there is no explanation for because I don't think even the person that's perpetrating the action know or understand what the heck they are doing.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not that much of an exciting person. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a regular Joe Schmo. So my thing is that as a man, why are you so hell bent on trying to find info about me? So this is my thing about stuff. When a person is so, how should I say, what's the word? Dag. I had the
Address?
number. I, I had the num. I had the It actually with insure, but it's not insure. Dag. I had it at the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Insecure about who they are. Because to me, I've been through this like within the workspace and everything like that. Why is it if you're a man that you claim to be that you claim to be a heterosexual man, why is it you are trying to find info about me when I don't even think that you exist? Is it because that are you insecure that I'm gonna be better than you or what? That's one thing I just don't understand. That if you're another man, why the heck you looking into the info of another man? If you and that man are not friends, that's one thing I don't understand with this world.
Well, let's keep it real about a couple of things. First of all, there are people who don't use logic, they use emotion. And we can see here in these YouTube streets, particularly when they're confronted about something which they're not prepared to admit. Now, as far as who is on your platform, you make that determination. No one else has the right to make the determination who to have on your platform, nor who you choose to associate with.
Exactly my point. I mean,
Mhm.
shoot. It's like I have like so many stuff and projects in the works. I might be I might be like on this channel or on the next. I might just try to make a channel, maybe a travel or train vlog channel. So therefore, I at least I could make my go high, my subs go high or something like that for that matter. Because I'm seeing that there's a lot of avenues that you could actually do with YouTube, and I'm just gonna try to explore it when I get better equipment, so to say.
Mhm.
Hey,
And
Denise, how you doing? Glad to yeah.
oh boy.
All right, geez. All
Oh
right,
no, no.
all right. But Denise, just like you told me when I this the Harry Wookie, I'm just gonna be like, all right, we all know that you and Zacharias have a history, so we know. So this is my thing. Talking about the conspiracies and everything. If by the conspiracies that is actually happening, right? And these entities who are actually against us are serving a malignant kind. I'm just asking you two gentlemen, what do you think we should do about it? Zacharias, you could go first.
Uh, Perhaps he's having some problem with on his end.
All right. Well, you go first, Don Jose.
Can you repeat the question? Can you repeat the question? Can you repeat the question, please? Can you repeat the
All right.
question?
My question is if me, Zacharias, and all the other people who are actually dealing with this per these person or persons that might be doing all this stuff, and they're doing it for a higher malignant entity. What do you think I'm saying, and other people who's been affected by these psychopaths, what do you think we should do in order to, because me personally, I've been ignoring them for a time. So therefore, I know they're going to come back in like 6 or 8 months or whatever the case may be. So I'm not going to go around and say what I have in mind, but I'm just going to go and say what I have in mind. And I'm just saying from your experience, Don Jose, what do you think people should do with these individuals?
Okay. Well, first of all, I people might disagree with me, but part of the reason why these individuals act this way is to try to get attention for whatever, because even bad press is press for them. I mean, serious content creators. I'm not going to be concerned regarding the circus, so to speak, or as Denise, my cyber daughter, like to refer to them as the slow taps, or as I refer to them in the past, the mentally and intellectually challenged. I have dealt with my share with these individuals who consist of the peanut gallery since last year. The fact of the matter is, you block them, make sure they don't have an opportunity to communicate with you, whether it be Instagram, Discord, YouTube, or any sort of social media. Number one. Number two, bear in mind that these are individuals many times have their own issues to deal with. And just friendly advice to the members of the Peanut Gallery, do yourself a favor, get therapy, get off of social media, and deal with whatever demons that you have to deal with. So, therefore, you will be healthier mentally. Um, Now, if it gets to be when they're actually posting your personal information, on social media, by all means, take it with the local authorities, because if they can do that, I mean, they can do major harm.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I ain't gonna front. There was like there was a time that I was going through it with certain people after the passing of my mother. So I could actually say that there was I guess what people would call doxing on both sides of the coin. So I
Hmm.
guess I'm in a better place right now, and I don't really care because I guess I'm not in the vicinity of New York anymore. So one thing that I've one thing that I've learned throughout that situation, with all the gaslighting, all the lies that a person could tell about you, you have to go and wait for a few years because they're going to say the same lie over and over again, right? They're only going to go and say the same lie, but jazz it up a little bit if they have somebody in your circle telling you what you're doing or your daily hangouts or whatsoever, even through social media. When you actually cut certain people off of your daily aspect of life or whatsoever, or even off your social media, people who tend to tell lies or anything like that, they'll can make up any lie or whatever. Let's say, for example, you're downtrodden or whatever. That person could go and try to say, okay, yeah, that person is using narcotics. Okay, now flash forward 10 years. That person is still telling people that you use narcotics. You know that you don't. You might be in a better situation. You might be married with
Hmm.
kids. You might change your life and you might have found a faith-based system. You might just
Hmm.
open up your own business and everything like that. So by the time that they talk bad about you and everything like that, they're talking about the preconceived notion that they had about you 10 years ago. They're not talking about you now. So therefore, all the time that they're talking about you, they're going to be made a fool of when people start mentioning the stuff that you're doing good in life. They cannot go. They could go so far with their negativity. They can't be around you anymore because you're so high in positivity. I'm just saying, figuratively speaking. So One thing I could actually one thing that I'm saying, what I'm thinking that certain people need to do is, since people want to know everything about everybody as a collective, let's just take a vacation. It could be a week, 2 weeks. Heck, if people have it, take a vacation for 5 months to a place that nobody knows where you at. Don't post nothing on social media. That way, when that person wants to find out any and everything, they can't, because where you at? You're outside their reach. And some of the people that are outside your reach, I'm not saying all, but I'm just saying some, they don't even have a passport to their name. So how they could get you? That's my philosophy.
Hmm.
And if a
Yeah.
person is just that interested
Um,
in finding out where you at and they have a passport, you could tell that they're really kooky.
yeah. Look, let's keep it 100. Now, last week someone hacked into my Facebook account. So next thing you know, all my friends and whatever got all sorts of messages and what have you. Actually, one received a message stating that I passed away. So so I get a phone call from Keisha, and it's like, "Are you okay? Are you cool?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. What happened?" I think there's someone happened to my Facebook account. Oh, her father got a message stating that I passed away. No, I'm alive and I'm well. So what I did was I changed my password on Facebook. I posted on Facebook what happened, and I actually did an unplanned stream, and this was the actual literal title. I am not a ghost. I am alive.
I remember that stream.
And yeah, and I actually came up, which I haven't done in a long time, but I wanted to show that hey, I am here and I am alive. It says, look, when it comes to people who are my detractors, okay, the main one is a person that's from Canada who had his channel deleted because of violation of YouTube community guidelines, and his sub count is declining, and he's losing more and more allies as we speak. I mean, at one point he was dealing with Magic Mulatto, and then I heard that she had, well, she's gone her separate ways, and now the situation with him and Moloch the Vanguard. I said this before, and I'll say it again. When multiple people have issues with one person, it's not that the multiple people have the issue; it is the one person. Um, and the fact that I still live rent free in his mind simply because of the people that I choose to hang with, excuse me, um, there's enough stuff to going on that he need doesn't no one needs to be concerned about who I associate with. I associate with those who are
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's like this on the private chat. I think it's that person too, because I think it might have been that person that's getting at me for no reason, that might have got at you, Don Jose. We'll talk behind the scenes about that. So
yeah. I think
that
you
that,
mentioned, yeah, I think you mentioned something about at some point that you're coming back to New
yeah,
York. Do
that
you know when?
I'm it's like, okay, I might be coming back, like maybe in the weekend, but I'm not. But I'm just going to see a friend. But I'm just waiting word to go back to New York so I could see a relative of mine's or relatives.
Okay,
So
fine.
if I do come back to New York,
Look,
I'll let you
but you
know
know,
that when I
yeah,
come.
yeah. But look, look. Let's when it comes to myself. Okay.
Right,
Now, grant you, I don't have the biggest channel. Well, okay, I just have 222 subs. Okay. One thing I have is that I have a large, uh, okay, I don't know if people can hear me now. I do have a large community of people who support my channel. Okay.
all right,
Both within the Latino community and also among the mixed community as well. And basically, my
right,
this is how I see it. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you, and I do not turn on my friends. And one thing that was odd is that myself, Gigi, and Mo, we all lost 15 subs each on the same day.
wow. So it's like with me, right? I just lost like maybe 2 subs so far. So I guess because I haven't been putting out content. And then on Saturday, I just went and I did a live stream because it was like really my first time riding the Scepter rails. So when I actually rode the Scepter rails, I actually say it was a good experience. And I'm trying to see if I'm gonna do an Amtrak video maybe on Saturday or so or on Friday. So I'm trying to coordinate with a friend to see what we could actually do as far as the Dominican urban movement. Because I'm trying to tell everybody about StreamYard. So therefore they could be on my own platform and we could talk about stuff that is actually affecting our movement in New York and in the Dominican Republic in Europe. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because there's a lot of tomfoolery going around and there's a lot of negativity that is going around, and we're seeing it not only affecting us, we're seeing it affecting other people also. And they're trying to say that, okay, this is our culture when the fact is really not. So therefore people that are veterans of the music genre and such, we're just gonna try to have a sit down to see what possible solution we can, so therefore we could uplift our people. So that's my goal right there.
Hmm. Okay. I don't. Okay. I don't know if Sakurai is still with us,
Yeah,
or
yes.
he's still having some difficulties. Okay. Well, look, perfectly fair. This is something that happens to all of us. I mean, at some point, we all have technical difficulties. I have been the butt of a lot of jokes when it comes to my Wi-Fi. So,
Yeah.
but look, when everything is said and done, I'm not gonna let anybody rob me of my peace nor of my joy. Okay. Um, and even with the hit of 15 subs, I've gotten some of them back. Okay. And looks like we lost DonArmando. Sakurai, I don't know if you're able to hear me, or you're having technical difficulties on your end, or maybe it's because of I don't know. Well, can anyone? Hello? Okay. Look. Okay. Look like the. Okay. Well, until Don Armando returns, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an opportunity. Oops, let's take a look. Okay, cool. Look, when everything is said and done, you know, unfortunately nowadays you have certain people that use social media for non-constructive purposes. Okay, when everything is said and done, um, people like myself and others who are serious contact creators always will win out at the end. So, and I am sorry, Zacharias, that you're not able to speak, because you do have a point of view. You have a right to express your point of view as you see fit. And looks like okay.
Yeah, I'm back. All right.
Oh, okay.
Gust. All right. Yeah. All right. Because this is my thing. And, I guess it could, I guess what we're talking about, what me and Zacharias has been talking about, I mean, the stuff that's happening, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that's been going on. And talking to Zacharias, he actually put me privy to a lot of things that I did not know about. All right, Zacharias, you can talk. I guess it's technical difficulties.
Maybe he needs to be closer to his router. I don't know whether he's still using a laptop or using his smartphone.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, looks like we just lost Zacharias. But
Right.
look, the fact of the matter is, okay, and to be honest, I was surprised when I found out I lost 15 subs. And not only that, but Gigi and Mosley lost 15 subs as well. And and the way I saw it is either because YouTube is doing something hinky, or this is like retribution for me supporting Gigi and Multi.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, if you actually just think about it, right? I mean, I just lost like 2 subs because I didn't really post all week because I was actually busy. I was actually going out with the wife more and everything like that. And well,
Mm-hmm.
she's at work right now, but me and the wife, we're just well, what me and you talked about behind the scenes. Me and the wife are actually making big plans. So therefore,
Yes.
alongside with the big plans, me and the wife, we've been busy with that. So that's why I haven't really been making a lot of continuous streams. But hopefully, if I have everything
Mm-hmm.
planned out, I might just have a paneled room or whatsoever where I could actually make constant streams or whatever. I mean, of course, I'm juggling work and doing this also, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm trying to put out quality content. So that's what I'm here to do. And
Yeah.
hopefully this is what I'm thinking. When you and I we talk, we might brainstorm on what we might do. And I've seen that a lot of content creators they have like this Indian guy by the name of Abshit, right? Abish or something like that. He actually uses a mic which
Yes.
is called Shure. So therefore, he actually talks about historical facts and whatever. And I guess that's a part of his podcast. So therefore, you and I, we could try to brainstorm. So therefore, you might try to be live, or you might actually use your picture or whatsoever. So therefore, we could try to, you and I, we could actually get more of our subs up, because I guess there's a way that you have to present yourself and stuff, or you might have like a worldwide audience. So therefore, it's actually is all up to us. And there's a content creator
Hmm.
and an entrepreneur by the name of Mark Weems that I actually love watching, because he actually goes all over the world, and he's like the food ambassador of the places that he goes to. So my thing is this: if these guys, who are regular, they actually talk about what they love, we just have to try to find something about what we love and maybe convince our core audience on what we could do. So hopefully, if I do whatever I can on a Friday, I might try to give a fresh content regarding the Dominican urban movement, because that's been my focus. But it looks like a lot of the artists that I've talked to, they don't know how to use StreamYard. I've actually talked to one artist. Well, he's actually currently in Spain on tour. The artist known as Melvin Flint of the Dominican group called Los Hijos de Yayo.
Hmm.
So you're actually one of the first pioneers of the Dominican rap movement in what we know as New York, New Jersey. So hopefully, me and him, we might connect on what we have to do whenever what me and my wife do comes to fruition.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Sounds good.
exactly.
Um,
So Don Jose, I got a question. Are you ready to take that
yes, sir.
cruise? All right. You want some info about that cruise?
Financially,
Oh
okay,
no.
financially, I'm not in this situation for a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but hopefully, some point, because I'll have to go. But I'm trying to do some different things. To
All
try
right.
to to get some more, get some more activity. Actually, my stream for tomorrow is titled "Revenge of the Karens." Now we have seen a great deal of activity in TikTok regarding these individuals who love to complain nonstop. So I'm going to be talking about that. Also, I've talked about different things like last week when I talked about all the controversy regarding what Ebony K. Wynn said regarding the bus driver and what have you. And everyone but his brother, talked about it, and a lot of the men got all emotional in their feelings regarding that. So
I mean,
I
I
decided, you
mean,
know what? Let me just. I'm sorry.
I mean,
So
as
let me
far as
just deal. Let me just. Yeah.
okay, I was saying as regarding Ebony
Look.
K, right?
I mean, look. Yeah.
You actually like when you actually talked about it in your stream, you actually put into perspective that any man that has type of sense could actually agree with. Because certain people they want to say, oh, a bus driver or whatever, but guess what? At the end of the day, right? If a woman is accustomed to a lifestyle and she's accustomed to men who actually speak like her and who are in her network or intellectual range. Maybe she feels that a bus driver will never meet to her satisfaction. So that's her. But to me, but for men to actually go and have, strong feelings and get in their feelings and everything like that, well, let's put it like this. The men who actually have strong feelings about her and saying that she will never date a bus driver, you might not even date her anyway. So why the heck you upset if you're not of the same net worth as that female? Number one. Number two, if you want to go and try to be in the same net worth of a woman that you actually value, improve on yourself. Number three, you're going around and being and complaining about, oh, that woman don't like me. Okay, well, guess what? It's not like okay, that's the only woman that you want. There's a lot of females that's right there. The only thing is, though, you have to have standards. And number five, most of the people who are complaining don't have standards anyway. Just look at it. You're complaining about a woman that says she does not want to date a bus driver. But most of the people who are complaining are not even bus drivers. They're just the Pookies and Ray Rays that actually go around and drink a 40 every day. Think about it.
Yeah. See, what I was trying to do is just deal with with the fact that okay, people may not like the way she said it, but she's perfectly fine to express her point of views as she sees fit. Number one. Number two, she has her preferences. Okay, so if she has her preferences, that's not, I don't see what is the issue, and let's keep it real. Oh, and she is highly educated. She's an attorney. She's well known in social media and and other forms of media. Okay, all I said was for her to find similar type of people of her professional level. Never mind her income level, her professional level. There are few and far between, and those men have their pick on whoever they wish to date with. And she's in competition with younger. As beautiful as she looks, she's almost 40. Okay, and as
Facts.
far as why she hasn't found her main squeeze, we don't know what's the issue. Unfortunately, we have men that are projecting what and taking out of context what she said. All she said was, "This is my preference," okay, and she
Right.
hasn't found the right one. She,
Exactly.
and for that, you have people getting butthurt regarding what was being said.
I know, right? Now, this is one thing I'm saying, and I don't know. This, I guess, will go into the foggy conversation, right? Now,
Mhm.
I know that you and me, we've lived in New York for, well, you actually live in New York, but we've actually, you know, oh, now, how you doing, Georgia? I want to talk to you about something.
Take it away.
All
And
right.
good evening.
All right. So, all right. I went up and I did some research on that happening that has happened, right? So, when you was actually around the vicinity of this individual, because I was talking about it earlier. So, was this person unhappy? Did he actually talk sentiments of reunification with China? What was the case, Georgia? In your personal experience?
Yeah, I'm more than willing to be open about it, though. And like, you can go right ahead and say his name. But yeah, it's my ex
Yeah.
roommate from last year, David Wing Wing Chow.
Right.
But yeah, like when I like knew him since we were living under the same roof.
Uh-huh.
Like he was like, yeah, very amiable, very approachable. He cooked for me too. And it wasn't really towards the end, like when he was really starting to come out with how he was really feeling about like political issues with Taiwan and mainland China. So he just believes that like Taiwan and China should remain like pro unification, and that anybody who espouses independence or even a semblance of like Taiwan being under its own sovereignty, then he perceived them as demonic.
All right, so okay, this is one thing I'm just saying, right? Now, with the unification and stuff, I'm just saying as far because I'm not Chinese and neither anybody in this panel. So with the unification, would it be unification under the CCP? Because let's be honest, the
Yes, under
CCP
this exactly. Yeah, you hit the
is,
nail in the coffin. It's under the CCP
yeah,
because I
yeah.
also later on discovered afterwards is that he considered like Mao Zedong to be one of the greatest leaders China has ever had, which he was not.
Me personally is this, right? Now, I guess because we're not going to offend anybody's stuff, but you know, you, I, and Don Jose, we have similar religious beliefs, right?
Right.
So during the time of Mao Zedong, he actually persecuted a lot of people because of happening. I'm just saying this is the story which had happened. I guess when he was in the long run march, the story had it. I don't know if it's propaganda or not. That some Christians turned him away. So with that said, when he actually came to power as the chairman of China, he act, he actually had it out for us as far as a belief in a group. So with that said, and you know, I read the post of what you were saying and everything like that. This guy professed that he was a Christian. Why the heck would you go? Why the heck would you praise a person who was actually anti-religion whatsoever? But then more so, he actually discriminated against people of our belief.
Because the thing is that just like finding out more and more stuff about David, he was a crazy like religious heretic. And if you're familiar what heretic or heresy is, it's basically when you fabricate your own like doctrines and rules that are very unorthodox to biblical teachings. So he just believed that actually Mao Zedong was a prophet and that anybody who supported like Taiwan being independent were basically children of Satan. He created his own crazy heretical branch of and kind of went off of his own dogma and doctrines.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the context behind his motive. But yes, it doesn't make sense either way because reality is that any kind of like communist country or let alone a communist dictator, they're going to be very anti-religion, which is precisely what Mao Zedong was. But he considers him to be this prominent figure who was like a prophet to this dude.
Well, first of all, Jojo, it's a pleasure to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in quite a while, and a lot has gone down since we last have an opportunity to speak. First of
Yeah,
all,
most definitely. Haven't been
future,
on a panel in a while either.
Right.
yeah. First of all, Future had removed me from her Discord again. Um, So number one, and then number two, of course, Hybrid Vigor and Milano Vanguard appear to have gone their separate ways. And
Oh
if
yeah,
if it's all right for me to say, I mean, like, as long as everybody amicably went their own separate ways, and that's good, and just wish everybody the very best. But I personally don't want to put down like anybody, regardless of what they may have done. I think that is what happened then is already said
no,
and done, and best to like hybrid and Adam and then future. Hope they, I hope they do well, and I wish them very well upon their endeavors.
yeah, but
But what's
Giorgio.
up?
All right.
yeah,
As you know, there's certain individuals which we're not going to name because there's the guy is corrupt. And me and you, we talk behind the scenes about this individual. Now, to let you know, this guy went up and to keep you updated, this guy went up and wrote something when I actually posted a picture on YouTube of me and my wife celebrating our 9 years. Now, this guy went up and said, "Oh, I'm gonna make a special report." So, since I already seen what he has done to other people, I just went up and I blocked him. Now, I remind you, this guy went up and hit me up before I even knew who he was, and accused me of clickbait. Now, it would be clickbaiting if I went up and I said a topic and boom, and I posted another person's image. But the fact is, I haven't posted anybody's image except my own or stuff that I've actually made on Adobe Photoshop. With that said, I guess this guy felt insecure or intimidated that me and Zacharias we actually be on the platform and went up and made a whole rant, just calling me filthy, disgusting, or whatsoever. Blocked him. So my things is this, and I was talking to Don Jose about it. Am I that much of a interesting individual that you have to find out information for? And this is apart from the situation. This is apart from a personal situation as well in my workplace because I had to deal with an individual that did not like me, but at the same time was kept asking everybody else what I was doing, which I actually found which was weird. So, what's your take on that, George? Or
My take on that is that it sounds like pure childish antics, and that people clearly haven't grown emotionally and mentally past the age of 15. But that is weird, trifling stuff that you're telling me. But I just have not been following much on that. But I have an idea of what's going on here. But I'm just glad that I dodged that bullet.
yeah, I
But
kind of
why
dodged
he's
that
going
bullet
about with
too.
like pictures and hitting you up and doing all this other stuff, very high school, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, even in my times of high school, it didn't even get to that level. So I don't see why is it now if a person's a content creator, a person wants to try to dox you just over an opinion or or a friendship that you have with another person.
Yeah, but I can also say something else that what I do think in regards to that is that keep in mind that, like a lot of these circles, especially with the topics that we talk about, they're always going
Hmm.
to attract the sociopathic types. So that's what this individual happens to fall under, to say the least.
Sociopathic. Please explain to that. Please explain the sociopath more to me because I've heard the words being thrown around, but and I might have read the definition one time. But what do these sociopathic people with tendencies tend to do? I mean, towards regular people that you know that are just trying to make it.
self-aggrandize is like one of their traits. Being very risky and out there and bold and impulsive is also like another trait. Lacking empathy, except for if it's only for themselves or maybe like a couple of people in their lifetime. And also, they're not really as calculated or methodical as like somebody with psychopathy would have.
Mm.
I've been also like studying like, like mental health and personality disorders, but all of them still fall within ASP, antisocial personality disorder, or ASPD, I mean.
Mm.
So that's essentially kind of like what it is, though. But that, in addition to narcissistic types as well.
All right.
So
So
that's just kind of like
so
pretty much what you've been dealing with as far as this particular individual goes. Just
right.
narcissistic, sociopathic type.
All right.
And
So
histrionic personality disorder is another one that a lot of people with that particular disorder tend to get attracted to these kinds of circles too. That's another one as well.
hmm. All right. Another thing that I'm trying to see.
Go for it.
All right. Now, I read an article way back and they were talking about the red pill and the use of the word Chad. Because, the circles that well, I don't know about you, but me, well, I used to troll because, I used to get a kick out of it. Never really hurt anybody. I just went up and trolled like I was a person. But yeah, whatever it was, it was. But then you actually talk to certain people who were actually reasonable. Some of them weren't. So my thing is now they're trying to say that people who identify as red pill or use the word giga chad might be considered a part of a hate group or whatsoever the case may be. What is your take about that?
Excuse me, what does it mean to be red pill?
So essentially, though, what that means is that you've become like woken up to like a truth, and like what it is that it's basically like a metaphor to that movie The Matrix, where like Neo takes the red pill so that he can learn that he had been living in a fabric.
Right.
That's essentially it. And if you want to like stay like blue pilled, then hey, you can continue to delight in your ignorance, which is bliss to a handful of people. Hey, Rakim.
Hey, what's up, JoJo? How you been
Nothing
doing,
much. How are
bro?
you,
I want
Rakim?
to
Yeah, how
say
you
shout
doing,
out to
Rakim?
everybody. Shout
Hey,
out to
Rakim.
you, Don, man. Thanks for allowing me up. Shout out to Jose. I'm not gonna stay
Yep.
too long. Just wanted to come up and show some support, and I get
Oh,
ready
oh
to
yeah,
actually
Rakim, you're
get
always
the coach.
welcome out here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I was hearing a little bit about what JoJo was saying, and I don't know, man. Since I've been on YouTube for the last few years and everything, it's a lot of people that's not normal people on here. There's a lot of
I
people
mean,
on here.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know. It's like to the point that I could say one thing, but yet it's selective outrage. And then on top of it, I could tell if I tell you a straight thing, why is it that certain people will try to twist your words so therefore it could be for their benefits? I've seen that too, and I'm like, it's to the point that I'm like, okay, if I'm going to deal with individuals of that aspect, that's why I'm just going to really focus on my own. Because if I'm going to go and waste my brain cells dealing with people that have a comprehension of a fourth grader, what is it for?
Well,
That's my take about it.
exactly. I mean, like it ties back into my point earlier, though, about narcissistic types not growing past the age of like 15, emotionally and mentally. That's actually another key trait of narcissism, or just having like narcissistic traits.
Right.
yeah. And see, here's the thing, man. It's like it's a lot of people that are what's the word that I'm looking for? It's a lot of people that are intellectually dishonest, and it's a lot of people that are intellectually lazy. Some people are so tied into a certain narrative that they want to follow that they don't want to do anything to disrupt their that narrative. So even if you present facts, even if you present things that can be proven, they'll dismiss that because they don't want to, disrupt whatever narrative that they have. It's like I said before, man. Most people on here, I hate like I've grown to meet like good guys like you guys and different things like that. But I can honestly say, um, I say it's about a 40-60. The 40% is meeting good people that you can actually have an honest conversation with about certain things and break things down and speak from a standpoint of two mature
Yo, shout
adults.
out to
But
Axman Warrior. You're always
but
welcome here.
but also the 60% is it's just been a waste of time, man. It's been a waste of time because like a lot of people on here are just like not, they're not there or whatever personal issues that they have in their personal life. They come to YouTube to spew hatred and talk down on people and different things like that. And
Dude,
it's
man,
like,
you already probably know that I actually have an attacker who is a content creator who is sort of a part of our circles anyway. This dude
no,
tries to,
no, no. I
yeah,
haven't. I haven't heard. I haven't been keeping up, Giorgio. I remember one guy that I just did not like, and I'll just go ahead and be honest and say his name. Blue is
yeah.
Gelato. That guy
Oh,
was man. That guy was.
yeah, I know.
Nah,
That guy was.
nah,
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm not
like the
like
the
I
guy
said.
I'm yeah, guy I'm talking
Yeah,
about though, like I mean, I'm not gonna say any names, but he
I'm
tries
not
to
saying any
implicate my
names.
name in a he tries to implicate my name in a hate crime that led up to somebody getting murdered. I'm like, all right, okay. I've never been slandered like that on YouTube before.
Wow.
Oh, Zacharias and Rakim left.
Uh, maybe he's coming back. Let me check.
Oh yeah, he said he's on
Oh,
his phone already.
all right.
But yeah, like, what was your question prior to Zacharias and Rakim coming up again? I forgot.
Well,
I
my
never answered
question.
it.
Well, my question. Well, I guess you answered it as far as this guy you know about this guy and what he did and what was his faith was and how heretical he was and everything like that. So me, I never been to China. I don't know if you have, but you seem like a well traveled man, Giorgio. So with that said, and you living in Las Vegas, Nevada,
Uh huh.
what are the things that you have experienced prior? I mean, after this guy did his dastardly deed, and RIP to the people that have passed away due to this dastardly deed.
Think you might want to improve your audio, bro.
Yeah. You hear me now?
That's
Because
a
I
little
thought
bit
I was so
better.
good. All right.
It's a little bit better though, but you'll probably have to rephrase your question.
Yeah, I was saying that after this dastardly deed, what hurdles or things that you have came across? Because I did read your Facebook post about it
Uh huh.
when you actually said that justice was served.
Uh huh.
So what after that deed, what hurdles have you came across, George? I mean,
Yeah.
due to this event.
Frankly,
Did
though, I
you?
haven't really experienced just a handful of hurdles, or just not really much, though, other than just like a few like trolls here and there who are saying that I was his co-conspirator and that I should have also been indicted too. So
Mm,
you're dealing with that, but nah, I'm just kind of writing them off as again just a bunch of mental defectives who don't even know what they're talking about. But
I mean, you see a lot of that on social media. Man. I do not know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what it basically is, so is that it's just people who are just pulling off like a bunch of bravado on the internet and are really trying to push off this big bad wolf mentality or persona, but in real life they're absolutely nothing.
Excellent. To answer your question, it's it's not even those individuals because they're not that smart to dox people. It's somebody within the space, which is how should I say, who is not in the Latin sphere whatsoever. Who are just trying to dox me just because of my friendship with Zacharias.
I already have kind of an idea, but that's just like I said, man.
I mean,
Narcissistic, sociopathic types just coming after you.
yeah. I'm like, you know what? I got, and you know what's funny? One thing that I've act, wow.
Oh yeah, Blood Moon. I see him
I
quite
mean,
a bit on
I mean, like, I mean, this is what's funny, right? If they were like, I'm just saying, if they were to dox me, right? What would they dox me
Mm-hmm.
with? Because if they were to dox me and they will find the whole info about me, my whole info will contradict what they're saying about me. It's self-defeating.
And what
They're not that
exactly would
smart.
they need to dox you for, though? Exactly. What's the
Well,
purpose? What's the end
well
goal?
as you know, I went on a space and I said what I am. I'm a Dominican. As you know, I've had a lot of my deflectors.
Oh yeah,
So
like on Fighter Complex's stream. I remember that.
yeah. So if these people were to actually do the research and to see what I was saying was true, if they were to dox me, it will actually defeat the purpose because everything that I've been saying is true. They cannot go and try to make up anything because doxing me will be worthless. They're not that smart.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah,
no, I'm reading what's the name. I also apologize. I'm reading what
yeah.
Acid Warrior just said. What? They know this is against the law, right?
Yeah. But then you know, Hebrew Lion, he actually went up and gave the last stream that I did. He actually went up and revealed a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't know, you didn't know, and a lot of people didn't know. So with that said, that joint had just had me laughing when I was reading it. I'm like, wow, really? I'm not even gonna go say nothing. Oh, what's up, Irby? What's good?
Okay. Not only should your channel, but that person right there, just let them know I don't want to talk to them.
Got you.
The
All
Irby
right, so
guy.
Yeah. Hey, Irby, how you doing?
got you. Now, this is what's funny.
Oh, so someone's talking. I do apologize. I didn't hear it because of the audio thing. I'm on my
All
laptop.
right, yeah, it's me talking.
I do
So,
apologize.
yeah, so really, Aslan.
Huh? I can't
oh,
understand.
oh, this is funny. I'm
What
like,
you say?
they're so obsessed.
I hear him
Yo,
laugh.
this is what's funny,
Well,
right?
what I can say this dawn before I like head off too, because I'm about to go and walk the doggy. But hey,
Oh yeah, I mean,
don't
shoot.
let the narcissistic, sociopathic types that these circles tend to attract anyway, like get the best of you. And hey, you are going to remain one of my best Aladdin allies, and you'll be welcome on to my StreamYards in the future.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm waiting for that. George
Hold
one.
on.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everybody though. But then,
Right.
yeah, there's a reason why you haven't seen me for quite a bit on panels, because work and other priorities in real life matter. But too many
Yeah.
people
Same. Yeah.
prioritize
Same here.
social media because, yeah, it always seems as though people live on the internet. But where's your real social life or just your real life in general and being productive? Doesn't seem like a
Right.
handful of people have that.
hmm Yeah. But I love talking to Aslan and the Hebrew Line. Shout out to them. I wish that one day I could actually talk to Aslan and the Hebrew Line, because one day, right, there was a guy from Philadelphia and he was on my stream. I forgot what his name was, but me and him, we had a good chat in Spanish about a certain individual who is obsessed and proving that I'm not Dominican. The fact is that now that certain people are saying that they were trying to dox me, it's actually comical. I'm like, Dad, I didn't know I looked that good. Well, my wife does call me
Yeah.
handsome. Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a very interesting stream time.
Yeah, it has. I mean, shoot, I could actually guess that, I've had a lot of people doing this. I might do a stream Wednesday. And then if I get in contact
Okay.
with my musical contacts, if I go Friday or Saturday to New York, hopefully I could try to talk to my contacts about StreamYard, etc., and how better it is in certain parts than having an Instagram live. But that'll be another thing. Okay, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back because I'm using my laptop to talk, and I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. Well, as you know, this was funny,
Mhm.
and I just had to laugh. Wow, obsessed. Wow, people being obsessed with me. Wow. I'm sorry, I just have to laugh.
I hear you better now.
Yeah. Dang.
They not only obsessed with Armando, they're obsessed with me too.
Oh, please. Yo, and you know what's funny? And you know what's funny,
Um,
Zacharias? They don't even have the network to find what I'm doing. This is fun. Wow.
They are obsessed. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I guess it's that
Can't
gift
want
of
you to
gab that
start
we
it.
have. Yeah. Well, but Zacharias and Jose, you gotta admit,
mhm.
it's not that often that you have hairy people who are actually obsessed with you. That's a new one. I actually feel like a superstar right now. The only thing is, though, I just need to get paid on that one. Wow, that is funny. Whew. I had a good laugh.
Well, it seems like we seem to be living rent free in quite a few people's minds.
Whoa. 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 Legend. Ooh. That.
Well,
That got ouch. That got hurt.
I, I,
A
I
legend.
guess that's a new meaning to is going where no man has gone before.
Wow. Ah, yeah. Wow. Mm, dag. Yeah. I can tell you, this has been a delightful stream. Wow. Ooh, that was funny.
You know, you know what be an interesting idea, Don Armando?
What?
If you do a stream regarding the funniest moments on your channel.
Yeah, I think I would. And I think that I think that event will actually be in August. But shoot, that was dang, that I'm sorry. I've heard it the first time, but I guess I'm so much in the jovial mood right now that I'm like, hey, I just gotta laugh.
You want to,
Wow.
if you want to actually live, actually, you take a look at Hybrid's description of his channel. Okay.
Mm.
In fact, let me just do it now. Just give me a moment, and I'll try to do it in his voice. In the mulatto philosopher king, the mulatto elite. The topics will range from critical thinking, science, philosophy, moral reasoning, and their application to teach, investigate, and expose anti-heteronormative, anti-Western, anti-gender gender agenda primarily concerned under the grand Marxist ideology of intersectionalism. This includes critiques of critical theory, queer theory, theory, feminist theory, okay, and application throughout society and in education. We will also be covering the turf war to witness on what really going on. Main channel of hybrid figure, founding member of the Golden Spear and co-author of the Mulatto Spear. The Mulatto Spear is a
Wow.
primary black, white, biracial, heteronormative, conservative leaning online community, not to be confused with the leftist LGBT, BIPOC, crypto radical feminist, and grit motivated Golden Spear, aka Plato's Cave.
Yo, sorry, this is funny. Just read the comment.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Dang. Whew.
Well,
Dang.
someone got butthurt after my performance.
Mm. Well, let's see. I'm gonna how should I say do my voice of these one of these stupid Hispanic texts. Well, you know, I'm a conqueror, and I I am a conqueror. Also, your your people only wear these around their private parts, and I'm an alpha male. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I can hear you better because I'm on headphones now on my phone, so I'm using my headphones instead.
But just read this though.
I saw it.
Yeah. All right.
about the transform. I didn't see the actual evidence, but I do believe it.
Well, like I said, it gives new definition to the phrase "going where no man has gone before."
Wow. Dag. And he says,
Huh?
I'm an alpha male. And your people were needs around their private part. I'm like, what kind of ignoramus this guy is? And this is the people that you have trying to fight for your culture? Are you serious?
Can I ask who that person is, though? I think I know who the transformer is.
Yeah, I know who it is because that person was on Kim's channel.
I know who that person is. Like I'm assuming because they was hanging around with that crowd of the youth of the hotel, the Spinal Taps.
All right, please elaborate.
Latin trainee something. Yeah, somebody named Latin trainee something.
All right.
She was hanging around. This person was hanging around with them. Like I didn't see what Aztec Warrior saying, but I know when I was having issues with someone in Cleveland, we all know what I'm talking about, okay? And the goat dude, okay, they listen to DR, they ran away, and all them folks I went under my investigate who's the third person put the pin on my channel to get my channel taken down. I caught that Latin tranny, a Latina tranny, whatever her name, amongst them. So I'm assuming that they're warriors talking about that person. That's the only transgender I see amongst them.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm forgetting it. Lenny Trent. Oh, that's called what? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious, Aston Ward?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I've been away from Fires Complex channel. Like I don't want to be near that channel no more. Like it's demonic. But what?
Wow.
When was this?
Dang. Wow.
But I thought Chivo married though. I thought that baby mama is his wife.
But yeah, but look at the crux of it, right? This guy, whenever he loses a point, when he's about to lose a debate, he always says that he always going around and disrespecting a person's wife. He did it to OG Rancho. He said it to Radical, and he said it to a lot of other individuals on TikTok. So
and he wants Transformers. It's legal now to marry a Transformer. So I don't know why he went by people's wives.
Yo, you can't make this up, bro. Wow.
No, I'm saying that I'm laughing that he can marry a Transformer now and leave people's wives alone. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Right. So instead of telling he gonna take someone's wife, he messing with Transformers. Okay, it's legal now. Obama made it legal back into 2016, 16, 15. Yeah, next 3 years, we anniversary of them making them able to marry. So I don't know why he worried about people's actual cis wives, natural women wives, but he wanted to sleep with someone that was born a man, became female by physical traits.
Right.
What? Hold on. I'm reading with my what's the name said? Acid Warrior said, hold on, he got all the tea. Hold up. Are you serious? This is so funny. Macho King. And then called Oh my god.
Wow.
That's too much information.
Dang. Yo, thank you, Aslan. That's all I gotta say. Yo, salute to you too.
Huh?
I was like, salute to Aslan and Hebrew Line. That's all I gotta say. Shoot. Wow. Jeez, that was funny.
Don,
Yeah.
Armando.
Uh, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what I was gonna say? I forgot. I wanted to catch you off because we both breaking up. God, dog, they putting the witchcraft on our live stream. I'm sorry, on your live stream. Excuse me.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say about concern these two people in the chat box that asked what we're talking about. God, dog, I had it in my head. God, dog,
Yo,
because I
yo,
noticed they hang around with Kim 123.
yo,
You
Zach, just read
Kim
this
one, two,
crap.
and three, and you know his
Um,
main topic is about.
yo, this guy Aslan got the tea. Did you read this, Don Jose? Wow.
No,
Mm,
really.
dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about now that's really a new definition to the undiscovered country.
Wow.
Uh,
Jeez.
well,
Wow.
you know what? I'll take my side of the YouTube streets.
Yeah. You know, yo, really.
Uh,
Ouch. That.
I wonder what his lady had to say about all this. I mean,
Yeah.
look, I mean,
By
to
the way,
give
this
up
is all
a
night.
okay.
Wow. Jeez.
Well,
Wow. Uh,
um, maybe someone ate too much mango.
that. Wow. That is funny.
Yeah.
Mm. Uh, well, I could actually say that it's been
Yeah. Uh,
an eventful evening. I could actually say that.
yeah, I
Axman,
agree.
yeah, Axman, you need to come up on this panel one of these days, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, on the road though, I haven't met anything which was this funny than listening to Robert Frank and his workout videos.
Mm. You know, uh, One thing I noticed
Wow.
that the people who you were talking to,
Wow.
wow.
Ooh. Dang. I've
No,
heard of that
I've
name
noticed
before.
that if I think I know who
All right.
that these two. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wow. That's wow. Okay. Hmm.
Okay.
Now, apparently, this guy, I've heard you use this name before, even though I don't know who the heck it is. Don't want to know who it is. But apparently, this guy tries to bomb 10 using this guy's pics. Wow.
Wait a second. Sorry. I'm reading. I'm sorry. If anyone's talking to apologize. I'm still reading what you put on there. That's sad.
Okay. I don't know what's sad. A guy who actually went and saved another pic. Remind you, we're just talking about the straight connect. We're not dissing nobody, the LGBT community whatsoever. We're just going to talk about straight connect. Now, as I know, that straight men don't go around and save pictures of another man, if you know what I'm saying, especially the private area. So my thing is that are these people allegedly are they coming out the closet or they're so far in the closet that they don't want nobody to know? And that goes back to the foggy talk. Do we even know who's anybody anymore? Because it seems that new information is coming about people's dirty laundry every day. What are your thoughts, Don Jose?
Well, what was it again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was saying that do we know
Good evening.
hey, good evening, Keisha. Yes. Oh, okay. Happy belated 41st birthday, Keisha. Yeah,
Yes, happy birthday to you.
yes. Mm. Been an interesting evening.
Yeah. You was trying to ask me a question, I think.
All right, as I was saying, with all these stuff that's coming about now, about these certain individuals and gender roles, etc. Like within the collective, do we know who are women and men are gonna or have to be scared on who are gonna be their potential mates or mates? I mean, during this time frame, because I could actually say that I'm married, that I'm glad that I'm married now. But it's it's scary out there. If people who are duping other people about and they're not informing them of what the words once formed. So I guess the dating pool has just gotten a little bit dangerous over the years. What are your thoughts about that? Don't Jose.
Well, I mean, first of all, and let's keep it real. you
Right.
have losers among the men and the women. I mean,
Right.
among the women, you have some women who have this outrageous expectations as far as what they're looking for a mate, and they figure simply because they have a BJJ that they don't need to offer anything else, and that it's all take, and then they get upset um, if they don't find what they're looking for. And then on the other side of the coin, you got these dusty guys who, I mean, they don't want to even do the bare minimum, okay? And for treating them to a meal, they're expecting the woman to sleep with them. It looks like so basically they're becoming a hooker for food. I
Hmm.
mean, look, that speaks about how desperate, lonely, and what have you. I mean, in my day, people went out, they talk, they try to find out about each other. Nowadays, everyone wants somebody to yell, and everyone, has these crazy expectations where they're nowhere near what they look, what they're in their opposite, the opposite sex.
Right.
I mean, I actually saw a video. I think that was on TikTok where a dude invited this chick out to dinner, and he didn't want to pay for her meal because she didn't want to sleep with him, and then she didn't. He didn't want to, put her home. I mean, how lame can you be?
Yeah. Yeah. As you know, I'm about to wrap this up. So, anybody has any final words?
Oh, you wrapping up right
Okay,
now?
well,
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Jose. You get the floor.
okay, well, first of all, as always, Don Armando, thank you very much for allowing me on your platform. It was a pleasure interacting with everybody on the who appeared on the panel. Huge shout out to everyone that's in the chat. So what I'm just gonna say is, if you have not done so, please consider subscribing to Don Armando's channel and consider subscribing to Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. And with that being said, and we got to do this again real soon.
Yeah. Any last words or final remarks, Zacharias? Zacharias, you there? Mm, okay. Well, I want to thank all the panelists and all the people in the chat for making it possible. Shout out to Excellent Warrior. Shout out to Irby Fatal. Shout out to Cashel, Denise. And one thing I'll have to say is this. This has been an eventful night. It turned out better than what I expected. Oh, wow. Dag.
Oh boy.
Ooh, wow. Oh, wow.
Um,
Dang.
well, Don, thank you very much, and good night, and we'll get to
Yeah,
do
good
this again
night.
real soon.
Yeah,
Good
hopefully on
night.
Thursday,
Bye.
brother. Good night. Wow. Well, it's been an eventful night. Stay safe and men, protect your jewels and your souls. Women, make sure that you have a good man to protect you because there's a lot of these idiots and psychos. With all that said, stay safe and good night.